When we think about the foundation of success, one skill that stands tall among the rest is communication. It's more than just talking or sending an email. It's about making a connection, truly understanding and being understood. Communication is the bridge that connects us to others, to opportunities, and to the world at large. Without it, even the greatest ideas or the most brilliant strategies can fall flat. Imagine you have the most innovative solution in your industry, something that could revolutionize the way we live. But if you can't communicate that idea effectively, it stays locked in your mind, unable to reach the people who could benefit from it or help bring it to life. That's the power of communication. It transforms ideas into action. We communicate in so many ways, through words, gestures, body language, and even silence. Every time we speak or listen, we're engaging in an exchange of ideas, emotions, and intentions. The question is, how well are we doing it? Are we really listening to understand, or are we just waiting for our turn to speak? Are we articulating our thoughts clearly, or are we assuming others can read between the lines? Mastering communication means becoming adept at both expressing and receiving. Think about the most successful leaders you know, whether they're in business, politics, or even your local community. What sets them apart is often their ability to communicate effectively. They inspire through their words, they motivate with their vision, and they connect with people on a personal level. Great communication isn't about using fancy words or giving long speeches. It's about clarity, authenticity, and empathy. One of the key components of strong communication is the ability to listen actively. Listening isn't just about hearing the words someone is saying, it's about understanding the meaning behind those words, the emotions, the needs, and the desires being expressed. When we listen with our full attention, we validate the other person's feelings and perspectives. This creates trust and opens the door for meaningful conversations. The first step in leadership is to accept, understand, and validate the other person's feelings. Now let's talk about the power of asking the right questions. Effective communication often starts with curiosity. When you ask questions that are open-ended and thoughtful, you show the other person that you value their input, that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. This not only enriches the conversation, but also deepens the relationship. Nonverbal communication plays a huge role too. Our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can speak volumes, sometimes even louder than our words. Being mindful of these nonverbal cues can help us convey sincerity and reinforce our message. So how do we get better at this? Practice, feedback, and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. Engage in conversations where you actively listen more than you speak. Observe how your tone and body language affect the interaction. Seek out feedback from trusted friends or colleagues about how your communication style comes across. Remember, the goal is not just to be heard, but to create a space where dialogue can thrive, where mutual understanding can grow. Communication is the lifeblood of relationships, and relationships are the bedrock of success. When you master communication, you unlock the potential to influence, inspire, and create lasting impact in every area of your life. The lesson, now let's shift our focus to another critical skill, adaptability. In a world that's constantly evolving, the ability to adapt is no longer just an advantage, it's a necessity. Think about it. We live in an era where technology is advancing at lightning speed. Industries are transforming overnight, and the way we live and work is in perpetual motion. In such a dynamic environment, those who can pivot, adjust, and embrace change are the ones who thrive. Adaptability isn't just about surviving, it's about flourishing in the face of uncertainty. It's about having the mindset that no matter what life throws at you, you'll find a way to make the most of it. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into comebacks. That's the essence of being adaptable. Change is inevitable. It's one of the few constants in life. Yet how often do we resist it? We cling to the familiar, to routines, to the way things have always been done. But here's the truth. The greatest growth often comes from stepping outside our comfort zones, from embracing the unknown. When we stop fighting change and start flowing with it, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, to innovation, and to personal development. Adaptability starts with mindset. It's about shifting our perspective from seeing change as a threat to viewing it as an opportunity for growth. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. Suddenly what seemed like a setback becomes a setup for something greater. What looked like an ending becomes a new beginning. One of the keys to being adaptable is learning to be flexible without losing sight of your core values and goals. It's about being like a tree in the wind, able to bend without breaking, rooted firmly yet flexible enough to sway with the gusts of life. It's not about giving up on your dreams or principles. It's about finding new ways to achieve them when circumstances shift. Take a moment to reflect on the last time you faced an unexpected change. How did you respond? Did you resist it or did you adapt? What could you have done differently to navigate that change more smoothly? These are the questions that help us become more self-aware and better prepared for the future. Now, adaptability also involves a willingness to learn and unlearn. The skills and knowledge that brought you success yesterday might not be the ones you need for tomorrow. Being adaptable means staying curious, staying open to new ideas, and being willing to let go of old habits that no longer serve you. It's about becoming a lifelong learner, someone who is constantly evolving and growing. Think about the most successful businesses today. Companies like Amazon, Apple, and Tesla have thrived because they've adapted to changing markets, technologies, and consumer needs. They didn't just react to change, they anticipated it, embraced it, and used it to their advantage. That's the power of adaptability. In your own life, whether it's in your career, your relationships, your personal goals, adaptability can be your superpower. It can help you navigate life's inevitable twists and turns with resilience and grace. And when you become adaptable, you become unstoppable, because no matter what happens, you're ready to adjust and move forward. Adaptability isn't just about changing with the times, it's about transforming challenges into stepping stones. It's about using every experience, every change as a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Let's dive into the third skill you absolutely must master, emotional intelligence. In today's world where we're constantly interacting with others, whether in person or online, emotional intelligence stands out as a crucial component of success. It's not just about understanding others, it starts with understanding yourself. At its core, emotional intelligence is about being aware of your own emotions, recognizing how they influence your thoughts and behaviors, and then managing them in a way that fosters positive outcomes. It's also about tuning into the emotions of others, understanding their perspectives, and using that awareness to navigate social interactions effectively. When you master emotional intelligence, you're not just reacting to the world, you're engaging with it in a thoughtful, intentional way. Think about a time when you were overwhelmed with emotion, maybe anger, frustration, or even joy. How did that emotion affect your decisions, your interactions? Emotional intelligence gives you the tools to pause, reflect, and respond rather than react impulsively. It allows you to approach situations with clarity and composure, which is essential for making sound decisions, especially under pressure. The last thing we need to do, self-awareness is the first step. It's about recognizing what triggers your emotions and how you typically respond. When you understand your own emotional patterns, you can start to manage them more effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but learning how to channel them constructively. For instance, if you know that stress makes you short-tempered, you can develop strategies to calm yourself before engaging in important conversations. Then comes self-regulation, how you control your emotional impulses. This is where the magic happens, because in those moments of self-control, you're able to choose your response rather than being driven by your emotions. You're able to think clearly, act decisively, and maintain your composure even in challenging situations. People respect and gravitate toward those who can keep their cool because it instills confidence and trust. Empathy is another pillar of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to feel what they're feeling, and to understand their perspective. Empathy allows you to connect with people on a deeper level. It fosters stronger relationships because people feel seen, heard, and valued. When you practice empathy, you build rapport and trust, which are invaluable in both personal and professional settings. Social skills are the practical application of emotional intelligence. It's about how you communicate, collaborate, and resolve conflicts. People with high emotional intelligence excel in these areas because they can read the room, adapt their approach, and bring people together. They know how to inspire, influence, and lead effectively. Developing emotional intelligence isn't something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong journey of growth and reflection. It requires conscious effort to become more self-aware, to practice empathy, and to refine your social skills. But the rewards are immense. When you cultivate emotional intelligence, you enhance your ability to build meaningful relationships, handle adversity with grace, and lead a more fulfilling life. Mastering emotional intelligence empowers you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with ease. It's the key to unlocking deeper connections, making sound decisions, and creating a positive impact on the world around you. And when you harness this skill, you not only improve your own life, but also elevate the lives of those around you. So if you're looking to perhaps accelerate your own life career growth or advance your professional goals, I really believe that with the right mastermind who can help you get there. Now that we've explored the importance of communication, adaptability, and emotional intelligence, let's talk about applying these skills in real life. Because knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's in the application of these skills that transformation happens, where growth and success are truly realized. Think about it. You've learned how to communicate effectively, to adapt to change, and to manage emotions, yours and others. But how do you bring these skills to life, integrate them into your daily routines, and make them part of who you are? That's where the rubber meets the road. Number one, let's start with communication. Every day you have countless opportunities to practice and refine your communication skills. Whether you're leading a meeting, having a casual chat with a friend, or writing an email, each interaction is a chance to connect more deeply. Make it a habit to listen more attentively, to ask questions that show genuine interest, and to express your thoughts clearly and succinctly. Notice the difference it makes when people feel heard and understood, when your messages are received with clarity and respect. Now, adaptability. Life is full of surprises, and being adaptable means welcoming the unexpected with an open mind. Start small. The next time something doesn't go as planned, a meeting gets rescheduled, your favorite coffee shop runs out of your go-to drink, use it as an opportunity to flex your adaptability muscle. Instead of resisting or getting frustrated, pivot. Look for the silver lining or the new opportunity in the situation. Over time, this practice of embracing change becomes second nature, and you'll find yourself more resilient and resourceful. Emotional intelligence is perhaps the most deeply personal of the three skills, and it's one you can apply in every aspect of your life. Begin with self-awareness. Take a moment at the end of each day to reflect on your emotional responses. What triggered them? How did you handle those emotions? Could you have responded differently? This kind of reflection helps you become more attuned to your internal state and prepares you to manage your emotions more effectively in the future. Next, extend that awareness to others. Practice empathy by trying to see situations from someone else's perspective. When you're in a conversation, especially one that's emotionally charged, pause and consider what the other person might be feeling or experiencing. A simple shift in perspective can defuse tension, foster understanding, and build stronger connections. And let's not forget social skills, the art of interaction. This is where emotional intelligence and communication intersect, creating a powerful synergy. Use your enhanced awareness to guide your interactions. If you notice someone is having a tough day, offer support or a kind word. If you're in a team setting, work on collaboration, finding ways to uplift and empower your peers. These small, consistent actions not only improve your relationships, but also establish you as someone others want to work with and be around. The beauty of applying these skills in real life is that they feed into each other. As you communicate better, you adapt more easily. As you manage emotions effectively, your social skills improve. And with each improvement, you build momentum, gaining confidence and competence. These skills, communication, adaptability, emotional intelligence, they're like a toolkit for navigating life's challenges and opportunities. But tools are only useful if you use them. So put them to work, practice them daily, let them become part of your DNA, and watch as they transform your life one interaction at a time. As we move forward, let's talk about the application of these skills, communication, adaptability, and emotional intelligence in the real world. It's one thing to understand them conceptually, but the real magic happens when you start applying them in your daily life. That's where you see growth, transformation, and real progress. Life presents countless opportunities to use these skills. Every conversation, every challenge, every interaction is a chance to practice and refine them. Let's start with communication. It's not just about talking or writing, it's about connection. Every time you communicate, you have a chance to connect with someone, to make them feel understood and to bridge the gap between you. Whether it's a business negotiation, a heart-to-heart with a loved one, or a casual exchange with a stranger, approach each interaction with the intent to understand and be understood. Your next conversation, try something simple. Listen more than you speak. Really listen, without thinking about your next response or how to counter the other person's point. Just absorb what they're saying, their tone, their emotions. You'll be amazed at the depth of understanding you can reach when you truly listen. And when it's your turn to speak, be clear, be concise, and above all, be authentic. People connect with honesty and vulnerability more than with polished perfection. Now let's consider adaptability. Every day brings new challenges, some expected, others not so much. Adaptability is your ability to roll with the punches, to pivot when needed, and to thrive despite uncertainty. It's about being open to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things, and new paths to success. When life throws you a curveball, instead of resisting or lamenting the change, see it as a chance to grow, to learn something new, to explore a different route you hadn't considered before. By embracing small changes. Maybe it's trying a new route to work or altering your daily routine. These minor shifts help build the muscle of adaptability. When bigger changes come, you'll find that you're more flexible, more ready to take them on without fear or hesitation. Adaptability isn't just about survival, it's about using change as a catalyst for growth. Emotional intelligence ties it all together. It's the ability to manage your own emotions while understanding and influencing the emotions of others. Imagine the power of walking into a high-stress situation and staying calm, composed, and in control. That's emotional intelligence in action. It allows you to lead with empathy, to communicate with clarity, and to adapt with grace. In practice, emotional intelligence means pausing before reacting. It means recognizing when your emotions are running high and choosing to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. It's about understanding the emotional undercurrents in a conversation or a room and adjusting your approach to foster positive outcomes. Together, these skills create a feedback loop of growth. Better communication leads to deeper connections. Greater adaptability helps you handle life's changes more effectively. Higher emotional intelligence improves your relationships and your ability to navigate complex social landscapes. When you apply these skills consistently, they don't just make life easier, they make it richer, fuller, and more rewarding. So take these skills, put them into action, and watch as they transform not only how you interact with the world, but how the world responds to you. As we reach the final point, let's talk about something that ties everything together: lifelong learning and growth. The skills we've discussed, communication, adaptability, and emotional intelligence, are powerful tools, but they're not something you master once and then move on from. These are ongoing practices that evolve with time, and the key to truly mastering them lies in your commitment to continuous learning. One of the most powerful things you can do in life is to adopt a mindset of constant growth. Think about the most successful people you know, whether they're business leaders, athletes, or even your closest friends. What sets them apart is often their willingness to learn and grow. No matter where they are in life, they don't rest on their laurels. They seek new challenges, new experiences, and new opportunities to develop. This mindset isn't just for a select few. It's available to all of us. It's a decision, a choice to see every situation as a chance to grow. Lifelong learning doesn't mean going back to school or reading every self-help book out there, although those things can certainly help. It's about a commitment to personal development, to challenging yourself in new ways, to being open to feedback and change. It's about adopting the idea that there is always something to learn, no matter how much you already know. The truth is, the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. But rather than feeling discouraged by that, embrace it. Let it drive you. In every situation, there's an opportunity to gain a new perspective, to improve, to refine your skills, whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning a new language, or simply reflecting on your daily interactions. There's always room for improvement. Growth doesn't just happen when things are going smoothly. In fact, it often happens in the most difficult moments. Think about the challenges you've faced in the past, the ones that felt overwhelming at the time. What did you learn from them? How did those experiences shape who you are today? The ability to look back at those struggles, not as failures, but as lessons, is one of the hallmarks of growth. It's the ability to take something painful and turn it into fuel for the future. And as you continue to grow, remember that the learning process is never linear. It's not about moving in a straight line from one success to the next. There will be setbacks, there will be moments of doubt, and there will be times when you feel like you're not making progress, but that's part of the journey. Growth isn't always about big, obvious leaps forward. Sometimes it's about the small, incremental steps that add up over time. The most important thing is to stay committed. Keep learning, keep evolving, and keep striving to be better than you were yesterday. No one has ever reached their full potential, and that's the beauty of it. The potential for growth is infinite. In the end, the key to success in life isn't just about mastering a few skills. It's about embracing the journey of growth, of constantly becoming more of who you're meant to be. So commit to learning, commit to evolving, and most importantly, commit to the endless possibilities that come with lifelong growth.